Yo, what up? It's another wonderful day in the suburbs. I gotta admit, man, the suburbs, man, is well, it's weird. I think it's weird. I think because nobody really goes outside to play, and every now and again you'll see people, okay. But usually in suburbs, like, people aren't out. And when I leave my house, like, there'll be like a bunch of other cars that will leave the house, okay? That will leave the house at the same time that I do, okay? Or people will be, you know, it's a enter and exit thing. They arrive when you arrive, they come out when you come out. They take their dogs on a walk and everything like that. And just, it really reminds me of, I'm not sure if it was the Truman Show, but there was a movie where, people lived in the suburbs or whatever, and everybody drove like pretty much the same car, and they did the same things, they worked at the same places, and it was just kind of interesting, you know. But the reality that I see nowadays is quite different, you know. I noticed, like, a lot of jobs, like, you have to go to work, kinda, but you don't have to show up to work, because, like, you could have a construction job, or you could work for the union, and and it's like, these people be like, these restaurants and shit, Monday through Friday during business hours, when people are like regular working hours, the parking lots be full, you know, for it be a recession, all that, you know what I'm saying? The grocery stores be full. And I'll be thinking to myself, since I'm blacklisted from working, how many fucking senior citizens are there? I mean, these motherfuckers is taking over the goddamn world. Move the fuck to the slow lane. I don't care if you got Medicaid, just get the fuck out the fast lane. Some of them old motherfuckers drive fast as shit, though. Some of them, don't get it twisted, some of them motherfuckers will race you. Alright? And they be pedaling. They little fucking sea green color fucking, you know, Seville. They'll fucking destroy you. I don't know. It can happen. But it's just, the world is interesting. How are them restaurants full? Hey, when you go around your town, like around here, we have a restaurant called like the Salty Iguana. Okay, the Salty Iguana. Nobody fucking goes there. I've never had a conversation where somebody was like, "Yo, I just finished eating at the fucking Salty Iguana. It was fucking marvelous." They never say that shit. Because nobody goes there. But everybody goes there, right? What do I mean by nobody goes there? Nobody talks about going to the Salty Iguana, but the parking lot is full, okay? At the Salty Iguana all the time. When that motherfucker opens, okay? When it opens, the parking lot is full. All these people be eating there. You know they all white. Don't know black people eat at the fucking Salty Iguana. Because what is the Salty Iguana? I mean, that sounds very intricate. It has connotations to it. I don't quite understand it, but I mean, does it sound like a place you exactly want to eat? Maybe, you know, if you're thinking like salt and margaritas, but other than that, it kind of has like it's kind of like a interesting name for a restaurant. Almost as if it's a name to push people away rather than attract people. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hidden in plain sight. I don't know if iguanas are even in the restaurant. I've been there a couple times. I never seen any iguanas in there. I didn't see any per se. That doesn't mean that there wasn't any iguanas inside of that restaurant. Maybe it's a restaurant for iguanas. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you seen fucking Family Guy where that model turns to iguana and fucking eats that person or whatever? Still, I went there. Like the one time the couple times I went there, can't get no fucking date. I just want to pet the iguana. Can't because they're racist. I guess they're racist everywhere. Being black, it will save you a lot of trouble. Okay? The world doesn't really love you like they say they do, but they don't recognize certain things about you that is quite miraculous. I ain't saying that we mythical creatures. Not exactly. But there is an element to our being, okay, that when you with your crew, I don't care if you in a gang, if you in a set, I don't care if you hanging out with your homeboys or anything else like that, you take roll call, man. And it's a silent roll call. This is not something that you say like with your homies or anything else like that. But it might be good for sets also to take roll call or have sign-ins or something like that. Okay? Attendance, that's a major thing. Okay? You take attendance. Right? Well, I gotta teach you how to do your shit. Fuck. I should be getting paid for all this game. Y'all niggas better pay me. Alright? Just like you keep books, you take attendance. Hey, which one of you knucklehead niggas was absent that day? Which one of you knucklehead niggas was here? And you keep it on the records, and you have a booker, someone that kind of logs the things that get done for that day. You have attendance along with that day. If things come up missing, then you have a date and time frame between when that stuff got missing and the people who were around, generally around that time. Then you got YouTube, you got well, not really YouTube, you got fucking Twitter, you got Facebook, you can see their networks and who they fucking were talking to around that time and area. All that is post-stamp dated. Right? Now, I don't like leaving this out too long because I don't want the police fucking getting this fucking information. Right? But you're a step ahead of them if you have attendance. And what does that help? That helps your testimony, the things that, you know, what you're going to say. Right? What you're going to say? Well, listen. This day, only these members were around here. Only these people, my friends, these people were around. And I could tell you that none of this bullshit, okay, has to do with us. It doesn't, you know? So then when they leave, you could talk to that one person. Hey, you were here that day, you were acting kind of weird. Everybody remembers you acting kind of weird. Start asking questions. Right? You keep that shit internal and you resolve it. You know? A lot of times, hopefully, I'm more saying this, that you resolve things in a peaceful manner, because when the street gets hot, man, a lot of people so quick to, you know, in terms of these fades and gunplay and shit like that. At the end of the day, whatever you do, you bring in the fuzz, nigga. It ain't just a fade. It ain't just this or that. Anywhere where the government or the state could get money, that is what you know what I'm saying? That is the mosquito bite. They are gonna fucking go there. All right. Now, you bring in the fuzz. The fuzz is gonna come also. You know what I'm saying? Along with everything being viral, social media, people can't do anything without putting it up on the fucking internet, right? It's like the internet is your fucking zaddy, right? I'll tell you what, man. If you a member of a set and you prominent on the internet with Twitter and all that, man, you out of your element already, man. Pick out what you want to be. Do you want to be a pop icon, or do you want to be about what you're about? And that gets very convoluted when you start dealing with entertainers that are mixing them sets also. You got to pick a lane, all right? The underground is the underground, all right? The black market is the black market. The reason why it's the black market is because it don't have nothing to do with the regular market. Now, when those motherfuckers start to crossfade, now you got a whole bunch of shit that could go into some other shit, and now you got market police in the underground market. Because why? Because you told them to be there. Hey, I need you to be here to bust us. All right? It is no different than a job application when you fill it out, when you have members in a set or whatever. You got to have certain things regulated. Might be good to have a little hacker in your set or some shit like that. Why? Not to watch everybody else. You got to watch your boys. Who the fuck you talking to online? Right? And I told you niggas about that pillow talking and shit, and that shit keep on resurfacing. Y'all niggas found out that shit was real. Huh? Let me tell you something, man. That pussy could do some mean things to you. You know what I'm saying? It does. Have you crying like Michael Jordan? Right? That pussy will break down a nigga quicker than any CIA and investigator, negotiator ever could at any day. And she could be like a 3 or a 4. Don't get it twisted, man. I told you, man, those homely girls, they should be fucking crazy too. In fact, God be giving the blessing. Almost like the more homely they look, that should be crazier and crazier. It'd be crazy, man. Make a snot bubble come out your nose, right? But you got to decide, brothers and sisters, if you want to be a pop icon or if you want to be a part of the business. All right? Now, if you're going to be a pop icon, are you going to float things? Your main thing that you're going to do is pertaining to communications. All right? You got to keep everybody on the line. You got to keep coming up with new slang and new terms for your general demographic area. And the slangs cannot be the same. Right? This is going to make it more difficult for out-of-towners to find what they're looking for. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's going to keep the governmental agencies guessing because they all know those terms. Using terms like candy and shit like that, it don't really work anymore. I mean, whether you looking for pussy or you looking for fucking drugs, either way, you looking for some illegal shit, right? And even in this woke community, even if you just being regular as fuck, that shit is damn near illegal. I told you I got persecuted looking for it. Right? So you can't use shit like candy. You can't use shit like Skittles. That shit is old school. You can't use the typical shit that you so that's going to be like your MCs, all right? The host of the guy for your demographic gathering. What is that going to do? That's going to pull mainstream listeners and audiences that put their ear to the street. It's going to widen the audience into understanding. Okay, and maybe even the so-called, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop police or what have you, but that still sells into listening to all the artists, you know, that may sell out of their trunk or have they, you know, little SoundCloud or whatever, and is moving units or moving music that way. All right, they're gonna have the new terms or whatever. That means people gotta have, you know what I'm saying, maybe some type of meaning, but maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's a term of, it's a situation of, you might have to listen to certain artists. Okay? That block might have to really push that artist and create that circuit of revenue for it to reach back into the community. Okay? Because if people don't get the words that they need to say, if they don't have the right words, then they don't have the right keys. Keys open doors. You ask for the wrong thing, you might come. We don't know who you are, right? I can't really fuck with you. You might, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who you work for. You know what I'm saying? Who do you give roll call with? Huh? Roll call, attendance. You say you from here? Well, let me check to see if you're on a roll call. Let's see if they know of you. I gotta get your references. Right? Depending on how much. Now, little street things and things like that. People gotta come to terms. In other words, they gotta come to terms. They gotta have terms that they are able to use. Okay? And it can't be the same. Really, honestly almost from city to city. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have too much, if you have too many people worldwide using the same terms, those terms get played out. And anytime you say it, even if you don't mean it that way, it's a buzzword for you to get tracked. All right. Hopefully that's making sense. Right. So that's two revenue streams. That's one stream. That's one stream for the music, for local artists and what have you. Right. But you got to keep your local artists separate. Right. They're separate. They're not going to do anything to do pretty much with anything commercial other than selling their music. But they have the words that they're going to put in their song. You know, just like celebrity artists, sometimes they get paid to drop something like a word in their song. You know, like branding, no different than movies. Maybe Clorox wants, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z to mention Clorox in his rap song. Hey, we'll pay you this much, because they know a lot of people's going to come across that song and they're going to hear that word Clorox. They're going to be like, whoa, let me get some of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So this is like branding and marketing and things like that. Now, along with taking roll call and things like that, another thing that I want to put forth and pronounce and mention is this, that there is Yeah. Okay, so listen. A lot of the times it was like pulling teeth to try to get my so-called friends, like I guess everybody hates young boy, right? That was kind of like my life. My friends didn't want to hang out with me even. Like I was trying to go, dude, I was trying to go clubbing. I was trying to hit a party or something like that when I lived on the left coast for a minute. Okay? Every single day I was trying to go. I was in college, man. And they didn't want to go and shit. Most of the time they didn't want to go. It was like pulling teeth. They also lived, to be fair, 45 minutes away from me, right? So just to get to where I was at, it was like 30, 40 minutes, something like that, right? So remember roll call, man, because it's like this, man. All through my life, I've hung out with people, and everywhere that I look, even now when I look online, when I come across a podcast or something, that podcast or whatever, it starts buzzing. That's what I mean. The spirit, the Holy Spirit, the spirit of life. It means things tend to light up when I'm around or in the general area. Now that may sound cocky, but it's not. Really, people don't recognize me, and I don't look. I look like a regular ass nigga, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like things pop off, or it's always cracking wherever I'm at. It tends to pop off for some reason. If the gym is dead for a day and I go to the gym in that hour, then within that hour, that gym will be buzzing. You know, it'll have a peak moment while I'm in there. Now, some niggas may say that this is energy or anything like that. I honestly just think it's the spirit of God, the spirit of life. This could be a plus or a minus. It could be a good thing or a bad thing, right? Because sometimes very negative things, like wherever I go to, it gets enhanced, right? If I go to an ASMR page that I haven't been to a while, then the next thing you know, within like 48 hours, they will try something new. Okay, they start to get more social. My family lights up, my friends will light up and things like that. But for the most part, nobody really, it's so funny because nobody particularly want to pay attention to me. And it's a spiritual thing. Like they didn't really want to hang out with me. It's a spiritual thing because it's in the scripture, right? The spirit of life and things like that. And be in the world, but not of the world. Meaning, if the world does not love you because you are not one of their own, right? So, irregardless, people are not gonna like me, and I actually like that. My 1-star rating, you know, it's metal as fuck. It's metal, more metal than metal could ever be in all its popularity. Having a 1-star rating. Because there's nothing that says fuck the world like that. It's nothing that makes you indifferent like that. It's nothing that makes you unbiased like that. What is my point? What is the point I'm trying to say? People do not recognize the spirit of life or do not notice it. So then when something is good that's coming around in the mix that's around you, the time that it is lucrative, that's when you grab things by the horns. All right? Whatever you're doing, you're grabbing it by the horns, because I might not be there for that long. I am not saying that. I'm just saying I'm within the body of Christ, and I have a portion of the Holy Spirit, and it's noticed with other people. When people are around me, they notice like, okay, this shit is crazy. It's fucking dude. It is fucking crazy. Like my college years was probably celebrity level. Like the parties and shit. Like it's kind of through the roof. Like the stuff that I talk about. That's just the spirit of life being around you, right? Things pop off, they get cracking. Roll call will allow you to know. Maybe people have different gifts. People have different nuances. For me, I'm an enhancer, just like on Hunter x Hunter. You know what I'm saying? The spirits and things around me draw people in and all kind of stuff like that. Like it gets popping around me. I enhance the environment, right? But then you have other people in the environment and they have different gifts and nuances and what they bring to the table. And not all of these things can be seen. In fact, most of them can't, because it's all spiritual. And if you want to take your game up a notch, just notice the spiritual qualities that somebody has. Okay? Some motherfuckers that come around when you take roll call, every day that this motherfucker comes around, something bad happens. Something bad or negative. Not that he's doing it, but something bad happens. And how does the situation affect? What's the effects of that? You know what I'm saying? Every time this individual comes around or is around today, we seem to attract more business. What does this mean? This means a pattern of taking roll call. Might not be able to do anything, but your booker or whoever records, all right, jots down what's going on for that time and moment. Okay? After the span of a year or whatever, whenever this individual comes around, he tends to attract a lot of people. Okay? So I know if I'm going to put something somewhere and I want a lot of business, I want somebody who tends to enhance the environment or has what do they say, have a gravitational pull or a magnetism to them, okay, to pull individuals into this just by them simply being there, right? Anybody could sell, but not everybody has magnetism, right? You have somebody with a magnetic personality, it don't matter if they can sell or not, they're just in the area. This is something to think about. Now, I don't want to get too deep into this thing because this is not the culture of business that I'm into. I don't know why. I've just been looking at podcasts and I pick up things here and there, right? But roll call is very important. That's what I want to bring to you, okay? And I want to keep everything safer, and I want people to keep things more inside, and I want people to know social media, pick a lane. You know, you're going to be a pop icon, or you're going to be, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to get on that other lane of doing things, maybe you need to keep your Discord separate. You know, you don't want your Discord coming up on YouTube, or have a privatized or a different Discord for certain things if you want to keep if you want to keep that, but you keep it in-house. Outside in the world, it needs to be more suggestible. Right? You don't want to be all out there, man. Y'all all out there naked and shit. Not a good idea. You know, it's not very hard to drop a Rico. You could drop a Rico on anybody. You just got to go on social media. Right? That's it. You know what I'm saying? People are flexing. What you flexing for? Right? That's not good for, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for whatever you're trying to do out there. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're trying to sell paintings or whatever. All right? I went to art school. It was pretty cool. But I would wish for some of these fires to get put out. And so that's going to take, you know, I understand some of these things got to get aired out. But then also along with that, there's got to be some organization things. You know, so when you think of structure, you got to get some things organized. All right, internally, in order to make situations better. Because the thing is you're attracting the siren. And sirens is a spirit in the Bible that is considered to be mermaids. And mermaids got that beautiful voice, and it sounds like an ambulance or a police car. You going down either way if you hear them. So you want to change your structure to keep that situation at bay. Right? Don't want to hear no sirens. Huh? People fall into it. Drake was on that shit first. I don't care what niggas say about Drake. Drake was on that shit first a long time ago. He had that song. I think it might have been with Meek Mill. It was called Rico. He was on that shit. He was on that shit way long time ago. Way long time ago. Huh? Now everybody getting caught up in all these nets and shit. Huh? Like a basketball fan. Right? Y'all niggas a member of the Nets. Huh? The hunter has came and got you. Some of you niggas is getting slaughtered by the hundreds. Right? You gotta understand, when it come to fades, not everybody does that fade shit. Huh? Somebody's gonna cut you. Somebody's gonna poke you. Somebody's gonna shoot you. People really, I mean, fades, I respect it. It's classic. It's going out of style though. I mean, these kids have a different demeanor. You wanna know why? Because, hey man, not everybody is built like the next man. I mean, even in boxing, they got weight classes and things like that. But if you are gonna box it out, man, right? Why not put it in an environment where somebody's head doesn't smack the pavement and you bring the fuzz and you hear the sirens? The mermaids are coming to get you. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go the fade route, why not have something organized with your local community boxing club? Or you know what I'm saying? You give them a little something, somebody handles the situation, and it's notarized. Somebody writes down, well, this is how it went, and these are the agreements. This is how this is gonna go. Right? It could be something as simple as like, okay, I won, so all I'm saying is this. Just keep my name out of your mouth, man. That's all I want. Right? And then you have a witness who have seen that, and it's like, well, you agreed. And you want to know what's deeper than the boxing match in terms of who got a fade? That witness that says, nah, I seen you, and you not a man of your word because you agreed after that boxing match that the best man would win and that you keep your name out of the mouth. And he can also say, I could go on record and say, well, he didn't say anything about you, but you provoked him. You provoked him, and he's a man at the end of the day. That's why he says so. Right? Now some of that shit, some of that money is getting to the community. Some of this stuff is getting mitigated in a safe way. But gunplay does not give solutions, you guys. It does not give solutions. And we know that and shit. So what are you doing the gunplay for? Is this a clout thing or what? See? A lot of motherfuckers, maybe they just want clout. Some motherfuckers is dying to get back in jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a judge. I'm not going to judge a nigga or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? You have a responsibility with that power towards your community if you're in that community and you're living there, right? Making a living, right? Earning a W-2 to some degree. So you want to take care of your community just as well, huh? Maybe along with some things, you want to do some things that's proactive, like, you know, cleaning up the streets. You know what I'm saying? What? It could be one day a month. Even if it's like for 4 hours. Get a group of the guys, 4 hours, what? Chug some beers and pick up trash along fucking freeway or some shit like that. Now, not everything negative is just cast upon your thing. You post that on social media. Have something good about yourself. Huh? Have some good public PR. Celebrities got PR. Why not you for yourselves? Represent yourselves, right? If you're doing something, then maybe you're doing something not only to eat, but maybe it's for a bigger reason towards making your community better. This is not me justifying the means, but people will do what they are going to do, right? This is something that I understand. I'm not shaming. I don't do none of that shit. But I'm just saying, maybe we could turn some of that into some public PR or making the community a little bit better or a little bit safer, right? What are we talking about? Reputations and character. Not reputations on who's tough or not. That shit is emotional. Right? You could do better than that. Right? Be an individual of character. That character being your reputation. That reputation being one of responsibility, morality. No different than a bartender if someone's had too many drinks will cut them off and keep their keys. Hey, nah. Checking and making sure your supplies and the shit that's in your supplies is legit, not just taking any type of trash and cutting it with anything. Sometimes you gotta go the extra mile. Sometimes it might hurt your pocket just a little bit. But if you're serving the community, you are a waiter or a waitress. You are a server. You want that client to come back. Something to think about while you earning your W-2. So anyhow, this is all I want to say. And even speaking to you guys now in terms of, I have good intentions. I don't know if God can see them. This is not really like the seedy area that I was really trying to go. I didn't mind being Carlton, the square dude, doing the funky dance and shit. I didn't give a fuck. I was okay with my Bible and speaking on my Bible, but then I guess a lot of niggas had a problem with me. But I need this shit to push along because I want to get back to reading my Bible. And the thing is, what I'm talking about predominantly is the ways of a man. And if each individual could organize their ways, your meetings can be more productive towards bettering one another, not only towards yourself, but the community you serve and those who you do business with, then your business will be blessed irregardless, based on your morality, because people have their own decisions to make. But if you are responsible and do your diligence, then you will be looked out for, because that will set you apart from the rest of the businesses. Something to think about. All right, peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.
Okay.